Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
This is Network News for today, Tuesday, the 20th day of September 2021. I'm Odette Campbell. In the headlines, former Finance Minister not impressed with Grenada's delivery at UN General Assembly, labeling it a missed opportunity. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell calling on hundreds of nationals who received government support to give back in service to the country in this time of crisis. Former President of the Teachers Union, Mr. Marvin Andal, encouraging parents to get in the know with online learning. Funeral arrangements changed again. No church services allowed regardless of cause of death. GBN reflects on the life of Miss Massima Noel, who says she was remaining on the earth until the Heavenly Father was ready to call her home. Reflections with Junior Checkley. And let's look ahead to what's happening abroad and in the sporting arena with Prisca Blackett.
In sports, West Indies women's head coach Courtney Walsh gives newcomer Williams a vote of confidence. And regionally, Jamaican police arrest a wanted American tourist who skipped return cruise and later discovered he was wanted in the United States for serious crimes.
Thanks, Prisca, for the heads up there. We will join her a little later in the newscast. We'll bring you the details of those and other stories right after this message.
Are you a small business and would like your business to grow? Do you have an event, products or services that people should know about? Be wise. Advertise. Book your spot on GBN Shopping Guide. Be part of Grenada's biggest advertising medium, the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Call our sales department now on 440-2446 or 440-3033 or GBN plus the number sign. Email us at sales@gbn.gd. Special conditions apply.
And now for the news in detail. A missed opportunity. Those are the words being used to describe Grenada's appearance at the 76th Annual Assembly of the United Nations. Some observers have frowned on the presentation to the 76th session of the General Assembly in New York on Monday. Former Finance Minister Nazim Burke compared and contrasted Grenada's presentation with that of Barbados' Prime Minister, Mia Mottley.
There are indications of improved economic activity relative to 2020, as evidenced by second quarter data available for most sectors.
A piece of the presentation delivered by Minister of Foreign Affairs, International Business and CARICOM Affairs, Oliver Joseph, on Monday before the United Nations. The delivery, however, has left a somewhat bitter taste in the mouths of many. Former Finance Minister Nazim Burke says Grenada missed an opportunity to merge with other regional leaders and address serious issues before the United Nations.
You see, there may be times when Grenada has to do that. That kind of conversation may happen while you're abroad, but that is where you're painting the picture to an individual leader to try to get them to appreciate the magnitude of the hit that you've taken, yeah? And you say, listen, this is what we have been confronted with. This is what this thing has meant to us. These are how many jobs we have lost. This is the unemployment situation. We depend heavily on tourism. We depend heavily on the Citizenship Economic Program. This is what it has meant for our revenues there. So you present a picture to say, listen, we need help in order to get out of this difficulty in which we find ourselves. So I mean no injustice to the minister, but I think that this was a terribly missed opportunity.
Responding to Grenada's presentation, which was delivered by Minister Joseph, Buck believes Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell was better suited for that responsibility.
There was a great moment, a great opportunity for our Caribbean leaders, including our Prime Minister, to be on that stage together with Mia Mottley, speaking on behalf of the Caribbean, making collective demands, having their collective voices heard on the issues that she was raising, so that you don't have one voice like a lone soldier, a lone warrior in the wilderness, but you have many voices making the same call to the global community to address some of the fundamental issues that she identified, which remain unaddressed and have remained unaddressed for such a long time. That struck me, and I felt at the time that the Prime Minister should have been there, together with Mia Mottley and others.
Comparing Joseph's presentation to that of Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley's, Buck said it was one that could be easily mistaken for a local budget contribution.
If I did not know that he was speaking at the UN, and I had simply walked into the room and watched this television program, I would have assumed, I think fairly so, that this was a budget debate, that this was his contribution to the national budget discussion. And that is not what you need at that level at this time.
He said that the COVID-19 pandemic has and is having a negative impact on the country's economy. But his first suggestion for the government is to appreciate this moment we are facing to get Grenada back on a balanced footing. Cherry and Blackburn Stephen, GBN News.
There's another call for volunteerism. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell is appealing for more Grenadian medical practitioners in the diaspora to come home to help the island respond to the challenges associated with COVID-19. He made the plea during today's post-cabinet briefing.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell commended Grenadians based in the diaspora who have returned to provide help to their people during this fight against COVID-19. But he also made a clarion call for more Grenadians in the medical field abroad to lend a hand as the country is far from its safe zone. He made the statement during Tuesday's post-cabinet briefing.
We've trained hundreds of doctors in this country. The country needs us. It makes sense, all of us. I have called on family members with their nurses and so on. Come on, give her 2 weeks. We need you. Your country needs you. We need everybody to come at this time. I don't think we need more pleading to do what we have to do to protect ourselves.
Dr. Mitchell said he is dismayed by the many lives lost due to COVID-19 over the past 2 months and expressed condolences to the families who have lost their loved ones, noting that most are elderly citizens.
The fact is, a lot of innocent people are going down, and especially the people at age groups, who generally speaking are not necessarily the ones that have been out in the streets, but they're the victims directly, so most of them are. So I want to say to them on behalf of the government and people of this country, I empathize and sympathize with their loss. The families, so every family is the loss of someone, loved one. And I myself have been seeing it in friends of mine when I receive reports. It touches me very deeply.
While expressing satisfaction with the drop in new infections, he urged caution as this could quickly change if the stipulated protocols are not adhered to.
I'm also heartened to note the fact that we're seeing a drop in the infection rate, which is a good sign. But that by itself does not mean that we couldn't drop our guard, because we can see the drop today and we could be back up tomorrow if we get complacent and feeling of course that line then we go back and do things that can cause problems, then we could go right back up again and further cause problems for all of us.
The Prime Minister used the opportunity to urge Grenadians to follow these statistics, as records show that many unvaccinated people are dying compared to those vaccinated. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett-Thomas reporting.
In related news, funeral arrangements have been changed again. This time, the rule is that regardless of the cause of death, families will not be allowed to hold a church service. 2 weeks ago, the regulations allowed chapel services for persons whose deaths were not COVID-related. They were only allowed graveside farewell. However, the rules have been updated, and regardless of the cause of death, no church services are allowed. The update was provided today by the chairman of the Conference of Churches, Reverend Silbert Prescott.
Every time we have a funeral, regardless of whether that person has died from the COVID-19 virus or from other non-infectious causes, the gathering of persons, often in a heightened emotional state, puts funeral directors, clergymen, and those attending the funeral at risk. We are told that the possibility of the spread of the virus decreases in open spaces as opposed to indoor environments. It is for this reason we have made the following decision as a follow-up to last week's joint statement from government, funeral directors, and the religious community. All funerals, whether they are persons dying from COVID-19 virus or other causes, will be held at the cemetery and shall be for no more than 20 persons and for a duration of not more than 1 hour.
The Director of Medical Services, Dr. Taisha Donald, recently outlined guidelines and options available for families and religious groupings in laying persons to rest.
All burials from deaths due to COVID-19 will be done within 72 hours from the time of the certification of the death. 2. Persons dying from the COVID-19 infection will not be embalmed. 3. Up to 2 persons would be allowed to view the body at the funeral home for identification purposes only. After the body is identified, the coffin or casket will be permanently sealed.
These procedures are still valid and will continue until further notice. And time for reflections, remembering Leonora Massima Noel. Grenada continues to mourn the loss of the island's eldest citizen, as mentioned, Miss Leonora Massima Noel. Miss Noel, who lived on the sister island of Carriacou, died last week at the age of 119 after battling COVID-19. Massima, as she was affectionately known, was laid to rest on Monday. As GBN continues to join in paying tribute to a woman who stood tall, we share some light moments with freelance producer Junior Checkley, who visited Miss Noel during the Out and About series earlier this year.
The state of Grenada is still mourning the loss of its oldest citizen, Leonora Massima Noel, who was 119 years old when she passed away. Noel of Lestier in Carriacou was hospitalized at the Princess Royal Hospital on September 13th after contracting COVID-19 and succumbed to the virus on September 24th. She was buried yesterday, Monday 27th, in Carriacou. In celebrating her memory, Just Cool Media posted a tribute to her, highlighting his last visit on her 119th birthday last December. In this video, you will hear why Massima Noel believed she lived for so long.
People want to know why you're living so long. How you living so long? The man not ready yet. The man not ready yet. When he ready, just bring me down. Not ready yet. Me days, cuckoo, and okro, kalalu, big fish.
Receiving news of her passing, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, through a press release, said that he was deeply saddened by the passing of the person believed to be Grenada's oldest citizen. He said it was unfortunate that Grenada was losing so many of its senior citizens to this dreaded disease and prayed that Sister Lenora find eternal peace. Minister of Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs and Local Government, Kendra Matuin-Stewart, who was also saddened by the passing of Miss Noel, extended her deepest condolences to families and friends.
In relation to Miss Noel, as you know, Miss Noel was well celebrated, well loved, well known. She was our gem, our national treasure. And having celebrated 119 years recently was truly a remarkable milestone for her and for the community of Leicester and for the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. And so her passing had really thrown the entire island of Carriacou and Petite Martinique in a state of deep shock and mourning.
Noel was a mother of 5. 1 son and 1 daughter are deceased, while 2 daughters and 1 son are still alive. She resided with her eldest daughter, Ruth Bristol, who celebrated her 80th birthday earlier this year. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear-Thomas reporting.
What a woman indeed, and we extend again our condolences to her family. On that trip, Just School made a presentation of a hamper to Miss Noel. This is Network News. Still to come, the former president of the Teachers Union is encouraging parents to get with it, get in the know with online learning. We'll share that story and more when we return.
Dear customer, please help us limit the potential impact of COVID-19. If you have cold, flu, or COVID-19 symptoms, please postpone your visit to Grenlec. We recommend using online banking to make payments, available through Co-op Bank, Republic Bank, and FCIB. You can also use check drop boxes at each of our locations. For bill balances and other information, call 237. For additional support, email customersupport@grenlec.com.
Republic Bank remains committed to providing all its valued customers with high quality and personalized service in a safe and comfortable environment. In order to maintain COVID-19 protocols while serving you, it has become necessary to arrange an appointment with your relationship officer or the customer service representative at your branch for the following products and services: loans, overdrafts, credit cards, new accounts to include savings, checking, certificate of deposit, and foreign currency, reactivation of dormant accounts, and private banking for existing customers only. You may also log on to our website, complete the application form for the service required, and submit via email to your specific branch. Requests for appointment can also be emailed to customerservice@republicgrenada.com or via private message on our Facebook page. For private banking service, kindly contact your specific branch via telephone. We look forward to welcoming you.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Across Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique, Flow has been the leading telecommunications provider for decades. As we continue to work for you, we are modernizing our fixed network and transitioning all customers to our latest technology. By the end of 2021, the new network offers customers faster speeds, better quality, and a more reliable service experience with faster fault detection and repair time. Upgrading to the new network is free. Just visit any of our retail outlets. Look out for sales agents in your community. Call our virtual store at 444-3569 or send us a text via WhatsApp at 407-3569. Remember, as we transition to our new network, we are simultaneously shutting down our older network. To avoid service interruption, arrange to make your move to the new network as soon as possible. Flow, committed to connecting our communities.
5 lucky customers are enjoying free drinks, free electricity, free fuel, extra cash account, free internet, cable, and data, all for 1 year. Hubbard's Live Free for 1 year big promotion. With just 2 draws remaining, you can be the lucky winner in August and September for property or vehicle insurance for 1 year, free cooking gas for 1 year, and the big free groceries for 1 year. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Sol Gas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carib Brewery, Coca-Cola Grenada Bottling, Grenlick, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny, and Supreme. Hubbard's Live Free for 1 year big promotion.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
Everybody get ready, because on Sunday, October 3rd from 6 p.m., the 29th edition of Waggity Virtual Bingo is on. And this time you can win a whopping $10,000 US. And it's only $10 per ticket. What are you waiting for? Invite a friend. Tell them all about the fun and excitement when you play Waggity Virtual Bingo. Get your tickets from gotofed.com or numerous box offices island-wide in Grenada. All overseas players. Tickets are only available at gotofed.com. Sunday, October 3rd. Join the fun online. Play Waggity Virtual Bingo. Remember,
it's the new way to play bingo.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here, even when the future seems unclear. Because one thing is certain, you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
The country prepares for another weekend of lockdown as health officials try to get COVID-19 under control, and law enforcers are appealing to the public for their cooperation. Let's get more from Crystalina John.
During the period also, we seized 6.4 ounces of marijuana and also uprooted 175 marijuana trees. And that we consider to also be operational success for the period under review. Some arrests, Alvan Barry, 37 years, labor of Coast Guard St. Mark. He was arrested and charged for the offense of robbery with violence. He will be brought to court. A juvenile of Darbo, St. George's, was arrested and charged for grievous harm. He is on bail in the sum of $6,000 with one surety. Tahim Richardson of Monkridge, St. Patrick, 19 years, auto body repair man, was arrested and charged for arson of a building. He also will be brought to court.
Mr. Rodney says it is unfortunate that they were forced to issue these tickets, but this is being done to ensure that it is understood that the lawmen are resolute in enforcing the regulations. He is hoping that over the coming weekend there'll be greater public cooperation.
We confiscated a number of items, 6 cutlasses, 1 knife, 1 taser, 1 pair of scissors. Now, this is a proactive, we also using proactive measures to make sure that anything that has the potential to commit a crime, we would move to make sure that these things are confiscated and that we are able to get it off the street to make sure that everyone is safe.
We've heard about the politics surrounding vaccines. In some spheres, there's also been discussion about the money trail surrounding those. GBN's Gerard Joseph has been following the various angles and sent us this report.
Because let's face it, the next statement I'm going to say is not something I like to say, but it's the truth. And that is, when COVID hit, countries saw money. Businesses saw money. The world saw money when COVID hit.
Former Chief Medical Officer Dr. Francis Martin says the treatment of COVID-19 since the onset has always been an issue of great contention worldwide.
They saw money in treatment modalities. They saw money in vaccine preparation. And money is what makes the world go around right now. So since that time, different countries have worked on vaccines, and hence the reason we have now 8 vaccines vying for world supremacy as far as vaccinations are concerned. We also have therapeutics that are vying for world supremacy.
Dr. Martin says the battle for supremacy as to which is the better treatment has led to an increased level of vaccination hesitancy. Spurred on by the ability to generate an enormous amount of money, the medical doctor says it has led to the ongoing debate on whether vaccines or alternative treatments are better.
England has just released one of the medicines that they use for COVID. Hydroxychloroquine has been in the news and been fought for ages now. Ivermectin is coming into its own. Some countries, Tokyo and so on, have decided on it. Even Brazil is in the picture, using a snake venom to make their own therapeutics. So what you have just described is also another therapeutics. Granted, there are a school of thought in the world that believes that vaccines is not necessary and that we should use therapeutics, like those sprays that you're talking about. That fight will always continue.
He, however, believes that every treatment modality can be used once it aids the doctors in the treatment of Canadians who are infected by COVID-19.
The World Health Organization has not been able to rule on any one individual treatment per se. I mean, the US is trying monoclonal antibodies. They have gained, they claim they have a great success on it. The World Health Organization has believed on monoclonal antibodies, but could Grenada get monoclonal antibodies? We don't have money to pay for that kind of thing. So that argument is always going to be out there in the world. What I do as a public health practitioner, I work with my patients, I work with people.
Dr. Martin is urging people to not get caught between the ongoing fight as to the best modality, but to collectively look at what can work for Grenada. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
And moving on to education, parents should learn just the way their children are required to learn. That's the message from the principal of the Florida Government School and the former president of the Grenada Union of Teachers, Mr. Marvin Andel. We have another dispatch from Kristalina John.
This marks the 3rd week since the start of the Michaelmas term that students have not returned to face-to-face or in-classroom settings. Principal of the Florida Government School and former president of the Grenada Union of Teachers, Marvin Andel, believes parents have a role to play in their children's learning process by being in the know.
I think it is very important for parents to acknowledge that they have a new role in this dispensation. Now, first of all, it is my belief that all parents should take some time out to learn how children learn and understanding how the brain works, because the organ of learning is the brain. And now that parents are going to be more directly involved in the students' learning, it is important that, first of all, that they understand how students learn.
He said parents should take it upon themselves to create a conducive environment in the home for online learning. However, this, he admits, is a challenge.
So, the conduct of persons in the household while online classes are going is a concern. Sometimes cameras are on, people walking about in the house barely clothed, speaking as normal. Even in their regular conversations, there are obscenities being used, harsh language, and that's coming through virtual classes. So parents have to recognize that the home has become the classroom. So what is said is heard in the classroom, and we do not accept obscenities. And so in the classroom, we do not accept nakedness in a classroom. So we should not bring it there through the virtual environment.
The principal shared some tips for parents who are not always at home during class time to ensure that children attend classes. Andal also recommends that parents keep in constant contact with teachers.
It is possible to have a responsible adult supervise their engagement in online classes that can help. Some teachers recognize that students might be on, but the device is on, but they're not there. So teachers are asking students to put on their cameras so that they can see and ensure that they are engaged. In some instances, asking a student to put on the camera based on the living condition may cause some discomfort or embarrassment. They might want people to see how the house looks or does not look. And in such instances, to avoid that, we can use virtual backgrounds so that the inside of the house is not seen.
Students, he added, are also impacted negatively by the pandemic, and so the mental health must be given consideration. Chrislina John, GBN News.
And this is Network News. Still ahead, a building to house and David's Fire Station being retrofitted. We'll hear more about that when we come back.
Feed babies well after an emergency or disaster. Infants 6 months and older need clean, safe, complementary foods along with breast milk to meet their nutrient needs. Continue to breastfeed while gradually introducing foods one at a time from various food groups. A message from the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council in collaboration with the Ministry of Health with support from the Pan American Health Organization.
Let's get tough on breed your larceny. It will destroy our economy. Larceny threatens our food security. Can hurt us locally, hurt us globally. To all the buyers, ask for license from all produce sellers. To all people, 300 for police for them thieving fellas. To all farmers, don't steal produce from your brother. Then you sell it to traffickers, hotels and street vendors. Nah, man. Let's do all we can to stop breeding larceny. New vigilance, new laws, and a tough judiciary. Stop Grenada's organized business crime. It's time.
To report pre-deal larceny, call 300.
The Country Cold Store wishes to advise our wholesale customers and the general public that our wholesale operation, which includes our office at St. David and our sales trucks and delivery service, will be closed and unavailable on Thursday, September 30th, 2021 to facilitate our annual stock-taking exercise. Our wholesale operations will resume on Friday, October 1st. We wish to advise, however, that our retail outlet or mini-mart will not be closed for this process and will remain open on Thursday, September 30th. We apologize for any inconvenience caused and wish to thank our customers for their cooperation and understanding. Country Cold Store, frozen, solid, progressive. Looking for a professional team offering around-the-clock, private and confidential nursing, medical care, and aid services? Then look no further. Nurses Care Grenada is a fully certified, insured, and licensed healthcare facility committed to the reduction and eventual elimination of healthcare disparities affecting the nation. Our registered nurses will visit you at your home, assess your condition, and provide the required treatment under the directive of a doctor. So why worry when there's Nurses Care Grenada? Give us a call, 406-3928. Nurses Care, reliable, trusted professionals we can all depend on.
Introducing Color by Sissons. Color by Sissons. Color by Sissons. by Sissons.
Just a reminder, the global pandemic is not over. Office Pros and markers are still here to protect you. Available are several versions of touchless hand sanitizer and hand soap dispensers, dispenser stands, paper towel and toilet paper dispensers, and thermometers. Also available, hand sanitizing gel, sanitizing solution, hand soap, Lysol products, face masks, and gloves, all offered at the best price on the market and backed by a full warranty and protection plan with free installation. We are located on the Woodlands Main Road. Call Office Pros on 444-2393 or markers on 439-2393. You can also visit the Facebook page for more information. And never forget to remember, I, Mr. Markers, would never forsake you. Believe that.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Across Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique, Flow has been the leading telecommunications provider for decades. As we continue to work for you, we are modernizing our fixed network and transitioning all customers to our latest technology. By the end of 2021, the new network offers customers faster speeds, better quality, and a more reliable service experience with faster fault detection and repair time. Upgrading to the new network is free. Just visit any of our retail outlets. Look out for sales agents in your community. Call our virtual store at 444-3569 or send us a text via WhatsApp at 407-3569. Remember, as we transition to our new network, we are simultaneously shutting down our older network. To avoid service interruption, arrange to make your move to the new network as soon as possible. Flow, committed to connecting our communities.
And welcome back. There's good news. There's been talk for quite a while. And now, as we'll hear from Christina John, action is being put to back up the promise for a fire station in St. David.
Residents of St. David have been clamoring for their fire tender in the area. Many structures were totally destroyed due to the late arrival of or the absence of a fire tender to respond in a timely manner. Soon, this may be a thing of the past. Work has begun on an $800,000 project in St. David that will house the St. David Fire Station. The former medical station close to the St. David Police Station is being retrofitted to accommodate the lawmen. Aiden Smart is the contract.
All the demolition is completed. The excavation is completed. So now the preparation for the garage is being made. We had a setback with the 2 poles that is in the way where the garage for the fire station is. 1 pole was Greenlet and 1 pole was Flow. So we had a 3-week setback because we expected them to move the pole before work began, but they didn't. So we started the work, but Greenlake only moved the pole yesterday, and Flow is on removing theirs today.
The facility is being built to accommodate male and female.
We have a garage to hold the fire truck, and they'll be converting the old surgery where we'll be housing the firemen. We have 7 beds, 2 bathrooms, a male bathroom and a female bathroom. Each bathroom includes 2 toilets and 2 offices. on a car park.
11 persons are presently employed on site. The project started last month and is expected to be complete by March next year. Christelina John, GBN News.
And now it's time to see what our citizen journalists have been up to. We'll take a peek through the lens to see what's submitted for tonight's GBN Eyesore segment.
A good eye catches all. GBN Eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go.
Michael Bublé's melodious piece captures the true essence of tonight's Eyesore submission. The Christmas holiday is 87 days away, and a resident of Parade St. George is already feeling the Christmas spirit. Christmas is an annual festival commemorating the birth of Jesus Christ, observed primarily on December 25th as a religious and cultural celebration. It is generally always a jovial time. We thank our Eyesore reporter for this submission. Continue to send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Is beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Something to look forward to give us a positive spin to the challenges that we experience at this time. This is Network News. When we come back, we look at what's happening in the wide and wonderful world of sports and take a peek around the region. Prisca, what's happening in those spheres this evening?
In sports, West Indies women's head coach Courtney Walsh gives newcomer Williams a vote of confidence. And regionally, Jamaican police arrest a wanted American tourist who skipped return cruise and later discovered he was wanted in the United States for serious crimes.
Very interesting developments there. We'll cross over to Prisca in a little bit for those details. Do stay with us this evening.
You can now send a gift card to your loved ones locally or internationally thanks to the food fair. Here's how it works. Click the gift card icon or banner. Customize your gift card by choosing from different templates, dollar amount, and personalized messages. You can also upload your personal design. Select Add to Cart and complete transaction. Allow relatives and friends to pick up an item or items at the food fair for the dollar value. Gift card. It's that easy.
It's your summer everything loan from the Communal. Borrow up to $10,000 for all your needs. School supplies, staycation, home renovations, appliances or furniture. You can have it all with a summer everything loan. With competitive interest rates and same-day approvals, you can't beat this loan special. Not a member? Join today to get onto this exciting offer. It's your summer everything loan from the Communal. Apply today and take advantage of this exciting offer. Visit the nearest Communal branch or call us at 440-1755 for more information. Lending terms and conditions apply.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
West Indies women's head coach Courtney Walsh has praised new opening batter Rashada Williams despite his side's loss in the just-ended one-day international series against South Africa. He described her as the find of the series. Williams, a 24-year-old who also keeps wicket, was selected for the last 3 one-day international series in the 5-match series and grabbed the opportunity with both hands, recording scores of 37, 42 and 78. The latter performance helped West Indies win the final match in a super over, the only victory of the series. Walsh welcomed the steady and controlled batting of Williams. President of the Cricket West Indies, Ricky Skerritt, is calling on West Indies cricket fans everywhere to throw their full support behind the West Indies team when they defend the ICC T20 World Cup title next month. The countdown already began towards the start of the marquee event in the UAE, and Skerritt has asked the fan base and all stakeholders to help create a winning West Indian spirit of passion and unity in the face of a global battle. The West Indies team is going in pursuit of an unprecedented 3rd ICC T20 World title. We hear more in this report.
Cricket West Indies is calling on fans to show their full support behind the West Indies team when they defend their ICC title next month. CWI's President Ricky Skerritt said selectors have produced a fit-for-purpose squad, which is a rich mixture of experienced leadership, proved match winners, and youthful talent. For the first time in years, the selectors had good options within a growing pool of exciting West Indies talent. He said a successful World Cup journey requires that all of us who love and support the game and who have seriously studied the fortunes of the West Indies cricket to stand behind the team. In 2016, West Indies defeated England at Eden Garden in Kolkata to claim their 2nd title. The first victory was against Sri Lanka in Colombo in 2012. The team will assemble in the United Arab Emirates in early October and will have a training camp before final preparations, including warm-up matches against Pakistan and India. West Indies is drawn in Group 1 and will play 5 group games against England, South Africa and Australia. Along with the winner of Round 1 Group A, Sri Lanka, Ireland, the Netherlands and Namibia. And the runner-up from Round 1 Group B, Bangladesh, Scotland, Papua New Guinea and Oman. West Indies' first group game will be against England in Dubai on the 23rd of October. Reporting for Capital News, Tony Salim.
West Indies fast bowler Shannon Gabriel is eyeing a return from an injury setback to the international setup ahead of the team tour to Sri Lanka this year. We have more in this report.
Shannon Gabriel missed the West Indies' last Test series against Pakistan at Sabina Park after picking up an injury against South Africa in June. It has been the 3rd injury setback for the 33-year-old in the last year, which has led to questions about his place in the team. Speaking in an exclusive interview with CNC3 Sports on Saturday, the Trinidadian says he is mystified as to the reasons for his continuous injury problems.
I wouldn't say it's a fitness issue because even the fittest of us get injured sometimes, but that's the way it goes sometimes. It is frustrating because you know you're doing everything that is possible to stay on the park and still these issues coming up, so it gets frustrating at times.
Gabriel has returned to training in the last few weeks with the help of a personal trainer, and he's once again eyeing a place in the West Indies setup.
Actually, I was just taking a time off from everything. I had a few weeks off, just giving the cricket a rest a little bit, just clear my mind. But now for the past 2 weeks I've been started back training, so it's been good so far.
And during his time off the field, Gabriel has had the opportunity to look at young sensation and fellow Trinidadian Jaden Seals, who might be the person to keep him out of the West Indies team following his recent performance against Pakistan.
It's really exciting for him, for West Indies cricket. I think he's someone special, and I hope he goes from strength to strength, and they keep learning as he goes along. I know it's just 3 games that he played so far, but he's been impressive in 3 games, so at least he has something to work for. And you can see that he's hungry for success, so that's always a good sign.
Gabriel has so far taken 159 wickets in 55 tests for the West Indies.
This brings us to the end of the sporting segment. Up next is a look at the news on a regional level. A visitor who disappeared after arriving on board the Carnival Sunrise cruise ship in Jamaica earlier this month is now in police custody. Now Jamaica's police have discovered that the man is also wanted in the United States for serious crimes. More in this report.
Controversial Carnival cruise passenger ship left Ocherius early this month. It sailed without Garfield Sewell, who disappeared after arriving in Jamaica. The over 1,000 passengers who arrived in Jamaica were scheduled to depart the island's shores on the same day. Everyone except the police thought Mr. Sewell was missing because they got information that he had planned not to return to the United States.
We got the impression from his relatives and the other family members that were on the cruise with him as well, that they knew before that he was not boarding the ship. And that is why when we started getting reports of missing person, the family did say that they know that he's not missing. He's just hiding out here in Jamaica.
He was held in Brownstown on Saturday close to 3 in the afternoon. The police say Mr. Sewell made some Jamaican connections before arriving in the country, but they're still trying to find out where he was staying during his absence. Mr. Sewell will be taken before the courts tomorrow for overstaying his time in Jamaica. But he seems to be in bigger trouble back in his hometown, the United States, where he is wanted for major crimes.
He was actually wanted in Atlanta, Georgia, alleged case of murder and aggravated assault. So he will be taken back to his country after attending court here in Jamaica.
Kirk Wright, TVJ News.
Jamaica's Prime Minister Andrew Holness says that the government is not currently considering making the COVID-19 vaccination mandatory. Mr. Holness said before any consideration can be given in this regard, the government must demonstrate that an effective public education campaign is undertaken. Mr. Holness said that he is optimistic that the public education program will encourage more Jamaicans not only to take the vaccine, but also join the vaccination campaign. More details in this report.
Outrage in the streets of downtown Kingston on Wednesday as scores of protesters made it clear they are not in support of a COVID-19 vaccine mandate. In the latest RJR Gleaner Don Anderson poll, 70% of respondents also said no to making the vaccines mandatory. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has been insisting the government is not considering a vaccine mandate at this time. But during a tour in Trelawney on Friday,
it probably will emerge in the very near future. The government is contemplating how this could be done. We have asked for advice from the Attorney General's office, and that advice is being developed.
Mr. Holness stressed that before that can be done, the government is ramping up its public education campaign.
And more than that, we must make vaccinations available, and it must be convenient to get vaccinated. And that is what we are working on now.
On Monday, CarMed Group Limited became the latest company in the island to implement a vaccine mandate for staff. It came amidst mounting criticism from trade unionists who believe it's a breach of the workers' rights. However, Attorney General Marlene Malahoo Fort is supporting the initiative.
Parliament's upper house in Antigua has approved the resolution to extend the state of emergency to December 27th this year. The Senate endorsed the measure 10 votes to 4, with the no votes coming from the opposition senators. Jamie Rocher reports.
Senator the Honourable Mary Claire Hurst moved the state of emergency extension resolution Monday morning. The leading government senator says the extension is needed given the worsening pandemic. Hurst says the government's mandatory vaccine policy creates safe working environments and encourages everyone to take the vaccine. Leader of opposition business in the Senate, Richard Lewis, maintains the government does not need a state of emergency to enforce the COVID-19 regulations. Meanwhile, he says the UPP supports vaccinations but opposes the mandatory policy, which he says causes people to take the jab under duress. Lewis adds the vaccine alone won't end the pandemic. He says the government should provide immune-boosting supplements for older adults and other vulnerable groups. But Government Senator Philip Sherrill says the opposition's vaccination stance creates uncertainty in people's minds. Senator Sherrill adds governments all over the world are implementing mandates to protect lives and livelihoods. Jamie J. Roche, ABS News.
And that's it for our One Caribbean Hookup. We now cross back to Odette Campbell for a recap of tonight's top stories. Do have yourselves a pleasant night.
Recapping the main points in the news this evening, the former Finance Minister Nazim Burke not impressed with Grenada's delivery at the General Assembly of the United Nations, labeling it a missed opportunity. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell calls on hundreds of nationals who received government support to give back service to the country in this time of crisis. The former president of the Teachers Union encouraging parents to get in the know with online learning. Funeral arrangements changed again. No church services allowed, regardless of cause of death. GBN continues to reflect on the life of Miss Massima Noel, who says she was remaining on the earth until the Heavenly Father was ready to call her home. Well, indeed, he called her home, and she bid this world farewell, and she was buried yesterday. Our condolences to her family. And around the globe this evening, Jamaica police arrest wanted American tourist who skipped return cruise and discovered he was wanted in the United States for serious crimes. And as we heard from Prisca in sports, West Indies women's head coach Courtney Walsh gives newcomer Williams a vote of confidence. And that's where we ended this evening. In case you missed any part of this newscast, feel free to catch up with us on our social media platforms, on our Facebook page, as well as the GBN YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire production crew, I'm Odette Campbell saying thanks for choosing GBN, and we'll see you again tomorrow.